So inside of the new Grow Garden update, or the summer update, we have a lot of new plants that have been introduced into the update that I genuinely believe are going to allow anyone to become trillionaires if done properly. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you all of these plants that you're going to need to use alongside new game mechanics and what you should do in general to just easily make and sell for hundreds of billions per thing to obviously make a trillion. Now, once again, do note, I have used the methods I'm going to be showing you in today's video on my main account. Right now, I'm in a testing server, so none of the numbers are finalized, and also I have like no progress here. So regardless, what we're going to be looking at is first the summer harvest event. So you want to come on over to pretty much anything. You can see that inside of here, right? What we would usually typically use, right, for, you know, new money farms is whatever the new plan is. So we're going to come over to the stock, right? Scroll down, right? Say we want sugar apple still the best. If we want some cauliflower, that just was in, bro. Say you want some of those things, right? You'll get these. These will be actively the current best since they're in the event. Now, usually this is how it works, but what I do like that they're actively holding out on is the fact that they're not actually the best. So what you can look out for is an in general increase on some of these values of plants. So some of these, so for example, we just pulled out, let's say a Uja, however you say it. This one's base price is around 27. So I would honestly say that seems smaller than what I usually would pull. So it's probably around a 30,000 base sell value. Now that isn't bad, but 30,000 is a lot to work with, right? Or not a lot to work with. Now, another plant that is low value on its base is what's called La Moon Melon, or Moon Melon as most normal people call it. And what this plant is naturally obtained for was back in the bloodlet, you know, crossover from the lunar event when everyone, great update. But one of the main problems with this is obviously not a lot of people have these, and there are plenty of sprinkler methods and all this stuff with the crafting system that make this absurdly overpowered for making money. Now, what you can do is this is what we're going to do is prepare for using this. So crafting systems obviously still here. We got that, which is nice. But what we're going to do is we're going to come on over to the harvest event. So this will start at the start of every hour, run for the first 10 minutes. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, everyone will get rewarded with the crap, right? From the pole up to the prismatic rarity, I believe. And this seed right here. So this is what caught me is this seed right here is, I believe, a blood banana. If I'm wrong, let's see. Yeah, as you see, we have a moon melon seed. So a moon melon is obtainable from this event track. That's what I'm getting at. So this is a moon melon seed. And then this is obtainable in this. So this is what we're going to prioritize looking at is the fact that the moon melon is now, you know, obtainable. So what we're going to do is get said moon melon, right? We're going to take it over to our garden, plant it down, get a watering can, right? We're going to put some water on this thing. And what we're going to look at is, you know, obviously the moon melon, strong, like W ability, but we're going to be using, let me find the sprinkler, the sweet soaker. This alongside a master sprinkler and a few others are going to make the plant you pull from this absurdly huge. And I'm not talking like, you know, just big and have a nice sell value. These things are going to be huge and have great value. Now, the best thing about what we're going to be looking at with this is if you can use, once again, there's furthermore other steps to this, but this alone, you can already get crap like this selling for a lot. But once again, get the moon melons growing, get value out of that. That'll be very helpful later in the step process. So next thing we're going to do is head on back over here. We're going to look at once another, like yet another, you know, another item obtainable from this, which are going to be some of the sprinklers. So these are once again broken placeholders, but you can get a chocolate and a honey sprinkler. It just shows 2 chocolate, but you can get a chocolate and a honey sprinkler. Alongside that, we can also get a cat right here. So we're going to use advantage of this cat right here. Also note this blue seed right here. I think this is something. Hold on. This, I believe, is from the Easter update, the Easter event. So this is an oopsie on my behalf. Actively, I have no clue what this seed is. Yeah. Anyways, though, what we can expect is most likely this is going to have some crazy value. So what we can see is like one of them is an avocado, right? One of the items you can get is an avocado out of it. And then further down the track, there are better items, obviously, but one of the main things, though, once again, are the sprinklers we're going to be hyper focusing on. But you can get an ember lily, which is nice and all, but I do believe since this is an avocado, which is a legendary rarity, this is an ember lily, this is prismatic, that this is somewhere on the in-between, and I have no clue what this green one is. But nonetheless, we're going to get this John right here. Once you have obtained this, we're going to, so this is the moon melon, then we're also going to try to get the moon cat. So with the moon cat, this is whenever it sleeps by a plant, you're going to increase its growing size by 1.5x. So very helpful. If you can get this on a growing moon melon, once again, it'll make it just way bigger. Alongside that, sprinkler method will be obviously the more preferred section for grinding the size on the base plant, but we will use the sprinkler method, I would think, if you can't get that. Now, though, with the sprinkler method, obviously set it up, collect them, and then, or place the sprinklers, collect them, and then leave the game. That way You just know they actually are getting the value increase of that. But then we're also going to come on back over to this, and we're going to get both sprinklers if you can. So a reason for this is chocolate and honey. So you can get the honey glazed and the chocolate mutation. Pollinated if you can get it from a bee egg. And then finally, if you do not have a raccoon, this is your time to shine, right? You can now get raccoons because the night egg is also going to come back in. And I believe I have some night eggs. Yeah. So they're not that rare. You can get, I think you get one rare egg from the track if you like fully complete the event when it comes in before it rewards you. So do note, if you do grind that, you can definitely get a bunch of those eggs. And since this is an hourly event, you can get like 1 egg an hour, 24 eggs a day, right? And you'll be getting these faster than you can hatch them. So after a few hours, you could be rapid firing these eggs and grinding for a raccoon. That, or you can run the raccoon method with someone else. And another way you can do this beautifully is there's a lightning rod in stock. Doing exactly how I'm knowing why there's a lightning rod in stock is doing what's called joining my fabulous Discord server. Now, that's the one awkward part. Lightning rod is not in stock for the testing server because it's not in the new update. Once again, my bad. Oopsie, that's embarrassing. But we have a stock notifier. This is not mine, but this one's mine. So it will notify you on the seed stock, the gear stock, and then the egg stock and the weather events. This will be a pain because I just realized I'll have to reset this up for the entire new update, but regardless, really good. As you see, the event is apparently active right now, so I didn't know that. So quickly go through, collect everything of value. I think the trade-in's bugged where it doesn't actually give you the value. It'll buff. Just collect everything that has trade-in potential, prickly pear. Okay, so now once you have the moon melon going and you come back in, you have to grind mutations on it, right? So this guys, so you have to contribute, I think, at least once. Yeah, it's currently glitched just because, you know, they're great at making this crap. It was working earlier. Anyways, though, the number will increase and you'll get up rarity. You do have to actually contribute to it to get the pull. So once you do have a big moon melon, preferably at least like 10 to 20x the normal size, what you're going to do is, since once again moon melons are back in, none of the higher new plants that are actually new to the update have a great sell value, and this is more of a free to play aspect because unless you want to grind like elephant ears and stuff like that, which I'm assuming you don't, this is a better, you know, strategy to go about it. Now though, one of the main final steps is grinding mutations on them, and this is probably not going to get easier considering all of the new mutations. Now if you are wanting to make even more money with the new update and you already have a previous plant you have been grinding, once again, that is the best time to note is you definitely want to have your plant ready, because for me, I have this one plant that I grind that has a stupid amount of value on it on my main that actually has like nearly $40 trillion, and that account, that thing has quite literally almost every obtainable mutation. And then with this new update, I'll be able to just get even more mutations on it, and I think there's actively 4 or 5 new weather events that it can apply mutations. So this will be really great for me and pretty much anyone else in general. Do note though, I feel like all the old previous mutations are no longer going to be obtainable without this new update, so you might be cooked if you're wanting to get, you know, frozen and all that. But nonetheless, a lot of the new sprinklers will do the exact same thing. Anyways, if this video helped you out, you should be able to easily make a ton of money. I'm using the same method, so this is just what I'm doing actively and what anyone can do. So